people get hung up on creating content. It's like, just go make something. Like, you don't need all this stuff to do it. You have what you need. Welcome to Brand Talk with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew.
I'm Rachel.
What up? Okay. Welcome to the show. So we're going to talk about marketing. What I want to talk about is time that should be put into it, the goal, the funnel, why maybe your marketing isn't working the way it could, and just really what that looks like. And we'll kind of walk you guys through our process and how we create all this media. It's been one of the largest investments other than like the build out, maybe ever, right? We're always investing in this thing. We got new tables, we got new mic stands, shit like this, you know, like there's just stuff everywhere. But it's one of the best investments that you can make because you can stay relevant. You can create content all the time. And it's fun. You want to have fun with marketing. Example, like Rachel's really good at just like, we'll pick a topic and then we'll go. And we may not recut it. We may jump to something else, but we're going to show you like a real-time example of that. Hold on one second. Now you're prettier.
What does that mean?
Just get it.
What, like, I literally thought you were going to try to do a promo for the blower, the Lasco blower. I didn't know what you were trying to do.
Trying to blow your hair around like a Def Leppard drummer. Look at that. Look at that. We just elevated everything.
Stop. It's actually getting stuck in my lip gloss. Thank you.
And scene.
Jeez.
But
that was a lot.
Yeah. You look pretty though.
Thanks.
It was really nice.
Actually,
we could slow-mo that down.
Actually, we could get the...
Could slow it down and be like, build your...
You actually said I look prettier, which
Prettier.
means that I wasn't pretty before my hair was
No,
grown
you
back.
were pretty and you're prettier.
Okay.
Because if you said you look pretty, maybe that's insinuating you were not pretty prior to.
I guess.
So.
All right. Your ear's falling off.
Is it?
The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Oh, wow. That's mess.
It's way off. Okay.
So we do.
We don't use that in our marketing.
We
So we're
should.
clear.
We should. But that's a lot what it looks like. I'm holding fans and lights and...
Yeah, but with the marketing, it's like what he means by you pick a topic and you just kind of go with it. Like that's the best way to do it is like just figure out, okay, like what the ideas that immediately come to mind are great ideas. So what, the hair? We're going to bring the hair over?
No.
Okay.
I bumped the camera when I grabbed the fan.
So anyways,
Your
the reason for that is because if you overthink something and you think to like you're trying to do a script, you're trying to overthink something, you're trying to use a teleprompter, whatever, like you're going to end up looking weird. You're going to end up being weird.
Weird, yeah.
And that's true. I mean, and a lot of the girls that we've helped them develop their educational courses, you know, they'll show up. Some of them will show up with like a full script. And I'm like, I was like, let's like, maybe if that helps you,
throw that away.
That's fine. Like if you want to just kind of like glance through it, but like let's make an actual like outline of like what we're gonna go over, and then just let you riff on those things. Because if you're overthinking it, you are gonna show up inauthentic on your content. So
It'll be inauthentic. It'll come off like you're trying to be too cool or not yourself. Just be yourself. And I think when we launch brands, we'll do a launch call. And I've been doing these launch calls bi-weekly. Rachel does them as well. But they're really great. And we really talk about the tactical things on what to market. But man, people get hung up on creating content. And it's like, just go make something. Like you don't need all this stuff to do it. You really just need, you have what you need. Walk around and talk, walk in front of your location and talk, do it in the car, do it at the house, walk in the backyard, make a video talking about what you're going to do. Like we're going to actually do that today because we're always creating new material, and the material that we find is best for say like a local ad or something like that, or ads that don't look like ads. Right. So if you overthink it or overproduce it, it doesn't mean it's gonna be better. Right.
Well, and the stuff that actually gets filmed on iPhone is actually better. It actually converts better because, we run ads. We have a CMO. Like we look at all this data, and it's always like the best like shot, best camera, best lighting.
We had like a top down showing
that.
products last week. That was nice.
What? Oh, that?
yeah.
Yeah. I know. We like work really hard on it, but then
And
it's
the blurry,
like,
I think the blurry one's
it's
doing
like blank, you know?
the blurry one's doing better. So I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot ads
Blurry.
with the potato. And like that's just.
I was like, why the hell is this blurry? And what? But why is it performing the best and it's blurry? I don't know if people are like just waiting for it to not get blurry. Is that what's holding them? Like, I don't know.
Like this is relatable. This is how
I'm
my
like,
video
this
looks.
is nuts. So
This is how my videos look.
I was like,
see
how
where
the
this
hell
goes.
are we gonna have a blurry ad out there? And like people, they're gonna be like, what are they? What do you mean? So anyway, like that's the kind of thing is like you have to you have to go with what's working. You have to make sure that you're just being you. And that's the best thing to do, honestly. And it's honestly easier that way. Like, I know it might seem like you might doubt yourself at first, but it's actually easier when you can just be yourself because you have enough things to worry about and do and deal with and make decisions on all the time. So.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to go over kind of like the best framework to, if you're going to build an ad or run organic material to book appointments. And what I'm going to talk about is completely different than what is currently in the industry. And this, I'm actually testing this. We're going to be running some tests on this with our own money. But I am 99% sure it's going to work because it's just going to be better. It'll be easier to scale, right? And when I say scale, I mean, you can do more, in a functional manner. Like you don't scale it and then it creates a bunch of other issues. It's a smooth process to grow it, right? But you really want to be creating, I mean, if you need more clients, this is straight from Alex Hormozy, the first 4 hours, you need to really be producing content for that business of every single day, 6 days a week, first 4 hours, cranking media all the time, first 4 hours of the day, right? And then you're going to work those people that are interacting with your stuff and inviting them into the location. So what you want to do, I'm just going to say we're going to frame up like an ad. So you do an ad. Hey, my name is such and such. I'm the owner of this salon. Just want to say hello. Love to invite you into our location. We got a couple new looks dropping for summer. Click this link if you want to learn more. I just made up some crap. Don't copy that. I'm just making up stuff off the cuff. But it's just an awareness ad with a call to action. Like that, that would work because no one's doing it, right? Because it's too simple.
Most salons aren't running ads anyway. So, and you can actually go hack anyone's ads. If you just go to Facebook, you can actually look into what ads people are running. It's public information.
Yeah.
So, but like most salons are not. I've looked up salons. I mean, over the years, I've looked up salons in our area and clients' areas, and there's literally nobody running ads. So,
because they're doing it wrong. They're running an ad to like their website. Do not do that.
Don't do that.
Will not work. You will lose money. I just saved you money. You're welcome. So what you want to do is run an ad or a post or a link in your bio to a landing page this is a funnel. A funnel, I'm sure you've heard of these before, but a funnel just does one thing. So the landing page, we'll talk about the salon, but there's a button to book a consultation. There's a button to discovery call, love your look call, like whatever you want to call it, build your blend, whatever. Like name it something catchy, right? We do discovery calls, so we'll just call it discovery call for the example today. Link, ad, they click the ad. Now the ad has done its work. The ad is done, right? Now your middle of funnel needs to convert. It's not the ad, right? So they go to the landing page, a bit about the salon. Don't put the bios of you and your background and your history and your moon sign and your team and your bio. Like, don't do that. They don't care. No one cares. Or they do care, and then they go down, your top stylist's bio, and they move on. And they didn't do what you wanted them to do, which is call or book, right? So the landing page, a bit of information. It could be this 30-second video of you saying what you need to say about the location, and you can adjust these videos in time, but for the sake of this example, just do what I said earlier. We were just kind of showing them around the salon. You're the owner, new to the area, would love to meet you. If you want to learn more about what we do, fill out this application. We'll give you a ring, give out like a free treatment. You can do all kinds of stuff. But then you get them use Typeform to collect their information. And then in Typeform, they put their information in. Now you have a lead, name, Instagram account, or Facebook, phone number, email, right? What's your occupation? You ask them what you need to know. You're looking for great customers, great clients, and you'll know what they do. If they're like unemployed in they live in a particular, they're not near the salon, like maybe don't call them, because you're not trying to sign everyone up to be a client. You're just trying to look for your girl, you know? And you'll be able to collect these leads, and then you start aggregating your list by working these leads through DMs, emails, retargeting ads, reaching out to them through phone, calling, all these things, right? There's a lot you can do. I just gave you 5 examples. And then they fill out that, and then you text them to schedule a consult or a discovery call, right? Via Zoom. And you have a 15-minute conversation with them, learn a bit about it, build a bit of rapport with them. And then from there, all you're doing is you're working these, you're having these conversations, you're setting up a quick phone call, and then you invite them in for a full consultation on that call, right? With the deposit. And that's when you put them into your booking software. Because then you're going to work through reschedules, you're going to work through no-shows, but then you can scale that mechanism, right? You cannot scale and add to the schedule because they're not all going to show up. They're going to forget. You're going to have reschedules. You need to vet them a bit. And if you vet them a bit, then you can be more efficient with your calendar and when you put them into as a client and then work them through that process. That would be the best way to do locations. That's something I'm going to be launching, and it's something that isn't really existing. People like to run ads straight into the booking software. I get it. I understand the reason why for that, but there needs to be a front end bolted on to before they get into your booking software. That way you can tag, you can organize, you can actually build an audience, and then you can aggregate that audience.
Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna have a person that's gonna click a button, right? So you're gonna pay to have that person click that button, and then they're going to land on a landing, or let's say on a booking form, and maybe they don't find the spot they want or whatever. That might land them on Vagaro or Boulevard or whatever software is. And they're going to maybe they think, okay, gosh, this is going to take forever. I'll come back, right? That's a thought that people have. Or they think, I can't find a spot. I'll just call,
They have to make a bunch of decisions.
Yes. So like the reason they add straight to the type form is because you want to grab their information. And even if they abandon the type form, whatever information that they enter in, you'll still be able to grab that information. So at best, at the worst, maybe you land with a name and an email and a phone number, and they just say to hell with the rest of the form, I'll come back. You still have basic information that you can reach out to them with, which is important. So,
and you got to work that's a lead, and you have to work the lead, and that's the hard part. I really think each salon needs its own full-time appointment setter exclusively. That's all they do. They don't set and take the trash out and check people out and go clean the bathrooms. All that they do is set appointments all day, every day, constantly.
Yeah, and that's a very specific type of person.
So
it's not going to be a hairstylist, that's for sure.
No, they don't even need to be in the hair industry.
No.
They need to be in the sales industry.
Yeah.
Right. So having that put in place, some of the tools that you'll need, you can use ClickFunnels, you can use Kajabi, you can use Typeform, and from Typeform, you can use Calendly. Those are some of the tools that we use, and they just go straight into there. I'm sure we have some links for these softwares, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll put those in the description, show notes.
For Kajabi, a link for Boulevard for you guys. But Typeform, I think there's free versions. There's paid versions. Like do whatever.
Yeah,
you might already have one, honestly.
Yeah, you can get it done with the free version, but the paid version you can customize a little bit more. There's a little more integration that you can do. Really cool stuff. And if that tip of the spear is built out for your business, you'll be able to scale. That's how I've built out what we're doing on building your brand, the coaching stuff. That's how we're doing about 15 calls a day, 20 calls a day. We could scale that up. Truth be told, we really don't want to do more than 20 calls a day with the team. That's a lot.
And I don't want to onboard that many people.
No,
daily.
But we could. But
we totally could. Yeah.
But it's more money, sure, but more problems, more challenging folk, more great people, but it's just more of everything. So when you go to push your business and you want to grow it, you're going to make more money and you will have more problems. So just because you're having more problems doesn't mean anything. When you build this funnel, you are then going to have to validate this funnel. This isn't something that you build and you're like, it doesn't work, Drew. I built what you said. You have to validate it, meaning you have to make adjustments to the headlines, the colors, the video, the questions on your form. You got to tweak it and refine it for you. And no one is going to do that. And no marketing agency is going to tell you what I'm telling you right now, because they're going to say, hire us. We'll run your funnels for you. And they won't.
Yeah.
They'll build it
What's interesting though is
and use your money to
you
run.
actually do walk people through this specifically and coach them on it and how they can do it. Okay. So Drew actually teaches our clients how to do this themselves, and he does 2 marketing and ads calls every single month inside of our community, inside of our mastermind. So how can they, because right now you have people that are like, okay, cool, I know what to do, I'm going to go build the thing. And then you've got other people listening and they're like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So how can somebody connect with us?
Yeah. If you want to have a chat and see what that might look like for you, just grab a time on a calendar. We'll add a link in the description below. That'll take you straight to me and the team. We'll have a chat. We'll go through really just where things are, where you want to go. We'll explore if what we do will help get you there. And if it does, cool, we can talk about what that looks like. If not, if it's too early or anything like that, we're super helpful. We'll present a better path forward, or we have a lot of free material, free trainings that we can give you also. But it's a win-win. We'll spend about 60 minutes with you and just to connect and see if we can help.
Yep. Thanks you guys for listening, for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.